What is it that separates a pretty good manager from a truly unforgettable leader? It's a huge question, right? It can define careers, build legacies. Today, we're going to unpack the leadership blueprint, really get into the core ingredients that create a powerful, lasting impact. So, what is it? What's the secret sauce? Well, as we're about to see, the answer isn't just one thing. It actually lies in this dynamic and honestly powerful combination of two very different but totally complementary leadership styles. Okay, first things first, we have to talk about the foundation. Before you can build anything great, before you can launch any grand vision, a leader absolutely must build on a bedrock of trust and integrity. And that, right there, is where ethical leadership comes in. At its heart, ethical leadership is all about the how. Think of it as the leader's moral compass, the thing that guides every single decision they make. It's about operating with this strong, unwavering code that's all built on integrity, on fairness, and a really deep sense of accountability. So what does that actually look like? Well, an ethical leader builds on these key pillars. They don't just talk about honesty and transparency, they actively model it. And when they do that, it naturally establishes this incredible, unwavering trust with their team. This sets the tone for the whole organization, right? It creates moral consistency, which in turn shapes the entire company's reputation. And all of this together, it ensures the organization is built to last. This is the solid ground you need before you can reach for the sky. But of course, a solid foundation is only half the story. To really move forward, to innovate, you need a spark. You need this dynamic force that doesn't just manage what's happening today, but inspires a much, much better future. And that's the transformational spark. And that spark, that's transformational leadership. This style is the catalyst for change. It's all about inspiring people to lift their heads up, to look beyond their own to-do lists and personal goals, and to really buy into a larger shared vision. It's about lighting a fire inside the whole team. So, how do they do it? Well, transformational leaders have a pretty powerful toolkit. They motivate people with a compelling, exciting vision of the future. They lead with a kind of charisma that just draws people in, making them want to be part of the journey. And crucially, they provide intellectual stimulation. They challenge their teams to think differently, to ask, what if? This is what fosters real creativity, and at the same time, encourages everyone's own personal and professional growth. And this comparison just lays it out perfectly. Ethical leadership is the how. It's all about principles, it builds that solid foundation, and it ensures stability. Transformational leadership, on the other hand, is the why. It's focused on the vision, igniting momentum, and driving real change. One builds the foundation, the other builds the skyscraper right on top of it. So, what happens when you bring these two incredibly powerful forces together? Well, you get something way, way bigger than just the sum of its parts. You get this incredible synergy effect. It all starts with that non-negotiable ethical foundation. This is your base, right? Your bedrock of trust and integrity. And then you add the magic ingredient. You add a catalyst. You add that transformational spark, the vision, the inspiration, the unstoppable drive to go out and achieve something incredible. And the result? It's a winning formula, plain and simple. When these two styles come together, organizations see real, tangible benefits. We're talking higher performance across the board, stronger trust from employees, customers, investors, everyone. And most importantly, you get growth that is both sustainable and responsible. Now, all of this might sound great in theory, but let's bring it down to earth. Let's look at a fantastic real-world example to see this powerful combination in action. Indra Nooyi, the former CEO of PepsiCo, is just a perfect case study for this. Her whole philosophy, performance with purpose, really embodies this blend. For her, profit and purpose were never two separate things. They were two sides of the same coin. So let's break down her strategy. The ethical foundation was this core belief that you had to align profit with social impact. The idea that doing good is actually good for business. And the transformational spark? Those were the bold actions, shifting a massive company's focus toward healthier products, championing environmental sustainability. And the result? She pulled all of this off while delivering fantastic financial results, proving you never have to choose between having a purpose and performing well. So, as we start to wrap this up, what's the big takeaway here? What's the one thing you should remember for your own career, your own life? Here it is, the bottom line.
Great leadership isn't a choice between having strong values or having a compelling vision. It's not an either or. It's about expertly and intentionally weaving them together, using that solid ethical foundation to ground and guide an inspiring transformational vision.
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Look at the leaders you admire, in business, in your community, anywhere. Who is a leader that really inspires you? And when you think about them, can you see how they might be blending that ethical foundation with a transformational spark? It's a powerful thing to look for. Think about it.